The ground shook so hard my coffee nearly leapt out of the mug. I rushed outside and there it was. A massive trench circling my entire property like some medieval moat. Orange cones, heavy machinery, and at least 3 HOA members in neon vests, smiling like they'd just won something. One of them, Karen, the HOA president, stood with a clipboard and sunglasses that screamed, "I'm in charge." "Consider this. A safety boundary," she said smugly. "Wouldn't want your ugly fence spoiling the community view." I blinked, trying not to laugh. "A trench around my house?" To scare me. What she didn't know was that my property had hidden cameras everywhere, and I had just caught every shovel, every smirk, and every ounce of her arrogance on film. And this time Karen was about to dig herself into her own hole. Before the trench wars began, my life was quiet, blissfully so. I'd retired early from my construction company, bought this cozy little home on the edge of the cul-de-sac, and spent my mornings tending to my garden. Nothing fancy, just tomatoes, peppers, and the occasional squirrel who thought he paid rent. The HOA barely noticed me, and I liked it that way. Until one day I made a terrible mistake. I repainted my fence, a slightly different shade of beige. Apparently, that's a federal crime in HOA land. Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of community standards, decided I was the enemy. I thought it'd blow over. Spoiler, it didn't. She was just warming up. Karen ran the HOA like a military base. She patrolled with a clipboard and a Bluetooth earpiece and always on a mission. If a trash can was left out an extra hour, she'd text you before the lid even closed. To her, my non-compliant beige was a personal insult. She'd hold HOA meetings on her lawn just to gossip about me. Once I caught her measuring my mailbox with a ruler. "It's 1 inch taller than regulation," she said, like she'd just cracked a major crime. But it wasn't about fences or mailboxes anymore. Karen wanted control, and she'd do anything to make me submit. Including digging a trench around my home. It started with petty fines, non-standard paint, improper grass length. Then came the letters, official-looking ones that sounded like they'd been written by a lawyer who'd failed English twice. Next thing I know, I wake up to construction noise at 6 a.m., bulldozers, backhoes, men in neon vests marking the property line. I walked outside in my pajamas, coffee in hand. "Morning, fellas," I said. "What's the project?" "HOA orders," one replied. "Trench for water runoff, my foot." They were digging right along my fence, cutting off my driveway entrance. Karen strutted up like a villain in slow motion. "You'll thank us later," she said. Oh, I was definitely going to thank her later. Right after I showed everyone what my hidden cameras had caught. See, I'd installed those cameras years ago when raccoons started raiding my compost bin, but now they were about to make me famous. For 2 days, I let Karen and her HOA minions play construction crew. They parked heavy machinery on my grass, yelled orders, even took progress photos for the HOA Facebook page. Then, at 3 p.m. on day 3, the golden moment. Karen tripped. Right into the trench, head first, clipboard flying like a frisbee. The camera footage, pure gold. I downloaded the clip, added slow motion, dramatic music, and posted it on the local community page with the caption, "HOA digging holes they can't climb out of." Within an hour, it had over 40,000 views. Comments poured in. People laughed. Some called for her resignation. The city got involved, demanding an explanation for the unauthorized trench. Karen tried to deny it, until I played the footage at the next HOA meeting. Silence. Utter, glorious silence. By the end of that week, the trench was filled, the grass reseeded, and Karen took a break from her duties. Her replacement? A sweet old guy named Bob who thinks HOA stands for Helpful Old Americans. I got a public apology, free driveway repairs, and even a fruit basket. From the same woman who'd tried to bury me behind a trench. And me. I just smiled, installed 1 extra camera, and went back to my tomatoes. Because here's the thing about people like Karen. They'll always try to dig holes for others. But sooner or later, they forget who's watching from above. Some trenches are too deep, and especially the ones you dig for yourself.